Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Macomb High School. It's the 18-0 Macomb High Bombers and the 17-1 Southeastern Suns. Well, sort of. This is the JV contest, but that's what's coming up later. I'm Dwayne Hulett. John Burton is alongside. We've got 2 cameras tonight for this juggernaut battle, as I said on Facebook. Dylan is on the main camera that you're seeing right now. Jenny is on the hero cam that will be zoomed in and hopefully getting some tight footage of the celebrations, the players that do the big hits, items like that. John, are you ready for this? You're playing director kind of tonight.
Yeah, I think so. You know, we're kind of switching up rules a little bit. First time directing this so far this sports season. And again, I mean, we got a great matchup here tonight. 2 powerhouses in the area, 2 powerhouses and 2 teams that we cover here on TSSR quite frequently.
Morgan Wilcox gets the first kill of the night. Going back to serve will be number 3, Kylie Putnam for the Suns. Outside on the attack, number 22, that is Kendall Field. There's Tippy with the hit. Wilcox went up to block it, didn't go across. Tippy's going to get the kill. Putnam gets her first service point. Set, right side, down the line and in. A kill for a sports corner kill for Kenley Sloan. And it is 2-1. Suns with the lead. Going back to serve is the libero, wearing number 1, Taylor Baldy.
It is pink night here in Macomb Bombers, for the Macomb Bombers, signified by the pink jerseys.
Van Beck sent the set. And there's another kill for the Bombers, a sports corner kill. This time off the hand of number 13, Josie Elby, the freshman. Van Beck to Wilcox, tips it across, dug up, set, outside, Field again, and she's going to get another sports corner kill. Kendall Field gets her first sports corner kill, second service point for Baldy, and it's 3-2 Bombers.
Just like that, Bombers take their first lead here in set number 1, thanks to the kill there.
Tipped across and down, a sports corner kill for number 32, Megan Redding. So 4 sports corner kills, and all by different players for the Bombers. They're playing very well here early in set number 1. This is the JV contest. Van Beck to Wilcox. Doug in the back row. Now it's going to be Redding sending that one across. Back to Redding it comes. Dug up by Putnam. Van Beck comes near side to Tippy. Tippy is going to be dug in the back row. That was number 21, Knowles. And the hitting error sends it out the back and gets the point for the Suns on the side out. And Jalen Van Beck will go back to serve now for Southeastern. That means they'll have 3 hitters and a free ball. Baldy gets it across. Tippy's there. Van Beck now to Wilcox off the block. Dug by Knowles. It's going to go far side. Field mishits at a hitting error, and we're tied at 4. Van Beck gets her first service point. Van Beck still not on the lineup, I don't believe. She is not. And another hitting error. And it's 5-4 Suns. Josie Elby with the kill, that time off the block. She gets her second sports corner kill. And a side out. Coming in to serve for the Bombers is going to be number 5 is Brooklyn Lyles, the freshman. I believe she'll also set, if I remember correctly.
She sure will. Lyles comes in here during this rotation. She'll take the position of Quokala as the setter, and her first serve will go into the net. Saw her run off here a couple weeks ago. She ran off about 10 service points in a row. Last night didn't have much success against Bushnell. Off to a slow start there at the service stripe for Lyles.
Service
Southeastern.
Service there. Morgan Wilcox back to serve. Lyles. There's the attack by Thompson. To the net, a jousting match, and it's going to fall. Thompson's going to get the block. And it'll be a point, or a side out, I should say. Coming in to serve now will be Emery Seward. Six the score. Van Beck, Tippy, and down. Ella Tippy's going to get the kill, her second. And it's 7-6 Suns here in set number 1. Back and forth they go. Hop into live chat. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. I do believe Morgan Simmons' grandmother should have got a special picture sent to her maybe. Morgan's little brother up here running the camera a little earlier. I think I'm going to make him actually run the camera during the match at some point. He just doesn't know it yet. He's sitting right beside me still, though, so he might know it now. And an illegal hit, side outs, point to Tippy and the Suns. Tippy gets her first service point. And a rotation error. Another point for Tippy. So they were out of rotation were the Bombers. It really looked like, John, they weren't even ready to go yet to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They blew that whistle very quickly to allow for the serve. And as you mentioned, it looks like the Bombers just weren't scrambled into position quite yet.
There's Thompson on the attack. Simmons. Now it's going to be Riley Hart sending it across. Lyles. And on the attack was it's number 11 over there. That's Keppen. There's Putnam. Seward had to dig. Keppen's going to drop it in. Wilcox going to be a free ball. Putnam will send it across. Lyles back to Thompson. And Thompson will get the sports corner kill. Claire Thompson gets her first sports corner kill, and it's 9-7. The Bombers trail the Suns. And a let serve. Oh, Van Beck got a hand on it by accident almost. She just stuck back and got a hand on it. Keppen, Van Beck, back row from Wilcox, deep and out, a hitting error, and it's 9-8. His back serving is Josie Elby, and she gets her first service point. And it's in, dropped it in for the ace. I think Elby, they said out, and I think Elby thought it was out for a second. She kind of lowered her head and was like, oh, man. And then she realized it was in. Tied at 9 now. Van Beck, a bump set. Tipped across by Putnam. She'll get the kill. Her first. Going back to serve will be Morgan Simmons. She wears number 16 for the Suns with her team up by 1. She hits that long and trouble for Seward, but they're going to gather it across, and Lyles sends the free ball over. Van Beck outside Putnam from the 10-foot line. Dug in the back row by Seward. Outside it comes to Keppen. Keppen dug up by Wilcox. It's going to come center to Hart. Hart dumps it across. Good job by Baldy to come up and get that. And then Thompson took a little off, but gets a sports corner kill with the left hand, just pushing it down the line. She'll exit the ball game. Checking in will be Abby Quicala. And she'll go into set as Lyles comes out now. She'll go back to serve as well. Wearing number 10, and it's 10-10 on the scoreboard. A coincidence? I think not. No smart aleck comment to that, John?
No, sir.
Keppen dug by Simmons. It's going to be Hart pushing it across. That was Redding that went down and got that. Simmons another dig. Now it's going to be back row Wilcox, dug by Seward. Quakala is going to get it to Elby. No, that's not Elby in the front row. That is now number 19, Sloan, Kinley Sloan. And point for the Suns. Going back to serve will be Riley Hart. As this should, I believe, complete the rotation, right? Trouble for Seward, but Sloan was there. Putnam sends it across to Keppen. Call to Sloan and didn't get the set quite high enough. Sloan mistimed it a little bit. A hitting error. Hart's going to get the service point. Riley Hart, the freshman, at the service line. Bump set to Keppen. She hits it across and in on the line. A sports corner kill for Reva Keppen. And to serve going to be number 21, Reagan Knowles, the sophomore. I believe that's Field back in the front row. Seward took a seat as well. Free ball going to come across from the Suns. Tipped across, dug up by Aubrey Houston. Big hit by Field, and she'll get the sports corner kill. That is Kendall Field's second sports corner kill. And it's tied at 12 now.
And Field's one of those players, when you can get the ball set up to her on the outside, she can do just that. She played really well last night against BPC. Was able to put her first set down here earlier in this contest. Missed her next one, but is able to make good on that one there.
Baldy on the free ball. Sloan is going to get the kill. Kinley Sloan gets her second sports corner kill. It's 13-12. Houston, Van Beck. Wilcox now is going to push it right, left side, her right. Outside it goes to Field, dug by Tippy. It'll come to Putnam, and she's going to get a kill for the Suns. Putnam gets her second kill, and we're tied at 13 now. Look out. Volleyball is coming everywhere. One of the cool things Macomb does do is ball girls. They have ball girls on the far side to keep the younger players involved in the high school game, so that's pretty neat. There's an attack by Kinley Sloan, and she'll get a sports corner kill. That'll be her third sports corner kill. Josie Elby checks in to replace Kinley Sloan. So Elby will be at the front now. Elby played left front earlier in the year, and she's playing middle now. At least I think she was playing left front. Maybe it's just one rotation, but she's going to tip that one across, and she's going to get the sports corner kill for Josie Elby, her third sports corner kill. 15-13, Baldy gets the service point, her fourth of the match. Simmons overpassed, and then Field got a little over anxious on that one, John. Not only did she hit it out of bounds, she hit it into the net as well, and Van Beck goes back to serve.
Yeah, absolutely, man. She had that one right on a silver platter for her, and as you mentioned, maybe just got a little too much on top of that one. Sending it bounds, but she's going to get another chance here.
Yeah, Simmons digs that one. That's going to be 4 hits. Side out to the Bombers. So Lyles will come back in to serve. And set, of course, as Redding leaves as well. And an ace for Brooklyn Lyles. And the Bombers have the largest lead of the game, 17-14. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. We'll be back here to Macomb High School right after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
Welcome back after the timeout. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports and Adams Telephone Cooperative coverage of Southeastern Sports here tonight on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And there is Field on the attack, an overpass. Elby is going to use the net to her advantage and come up with a 4th Sports Corner kill. And the Bombers continue to open up the largest lead of the game. They now lead by 4, 18-14. Falcio, there's a let serve, an ace for Lyles, her 2nd ace. The fall sports season's, John, coming to a close here relatively rapidly.
Yeah, absolutely. We're pushing towards the end of the seasons, of course, both for volleyball and football, but you know what that means. It's time for basketball, and back-to-back let serves there from Lyles. We kind of talked earlier on about Brooklyn Lyles at the service line. Her first serve went into the net, but she served a few in a row here now and is really blowing up this Bombers lead.
I hate let serves.
I know you do. Every time that happens when I'm here, I say if Dwayne was here, they should not be allowed. That should be illegal.
It should be. But if you could figure out how to do it and it's legal, whew.
They say if you could do it every time, you'd score just about every time.
Yes, you would. There's no doubt about it. Thompson's going to get the kill. Claire Thompson, a Sports Corner kill, her 3rd.
Bombers really starting to roll here late in set number 1, and what was a pretty closely contested set throughout most, but really thanks to the service of Lyles and the up-front play, Sloan, Field, and Thompson there, really able to push out this lead.
And a service error as we jinxed her. Brooklyn Lyles has the service error. It's 21-15. Going back to serve will be Morgan Wilcox for the Suns. Josie Elby gets the kill. Elby gets another Sports Corner kill. It's 22-15. Seward in to serve. And an overpass drops for a side out. 5 Sports Corner kills for Elby. Simmons goes down to get the dig from Keppen. Lyle's going to dump that one across. Van Beck sends one across. Elby finishes but can't get it to stay in bounds, just outside down the line to the left. A hitting error and a side out. Tippy back to serve now. And a let serve as an ace for Ella Tippy.
There it is again, that forbidden let serve, this time on Southeastern's advantage. They're starting to work back into this one as that one went through the hands of Elby in the back row. It's going to be a free ball for Macomb.
Van Beck, middle to Hart, dug by Baldy. Lyle's going to set to Thompson with the left hand, dug by Tippy again. Sent across by Van Beck, and then Seward and Lyles have a little miscommunication, and it is a point for Ella Tippy. And it's going to be a 3-point contest, 22-19. We'll take a break as well, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
And welcome back here to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage on Macomb High Sports. Another point for Tippy. And an ace for Tippy. Just like that, it's a one-point game. It was 7 just a few serves ago, it seems like. That is 6 service points for Tippy, including 2 aces.
Yeah, Tippy doing a really nice job here getting Southeastern back into this one. They trailed late in this set, but now we're starting to work their way back in. And just as you say that, announcer's curse going back the other way as Tippy will serve it deep and out of bounds out the back row.
Service error, and it's 23-21. Josie Elby going to go back to serve now. I believe that's who that is, right? Number 13.
Yes,
it
sir.
is. There is Hart. And Hart's going to get, Putnam's going to get the kill, as you see her celebrating right there. And we'll come back to Simmons to serve now, as Putnam got the kill, her third. Free ball is going to be sent across by Sloan. Van Beck tips one across to the net, tipped across by Lyles. Van Beck to Putnam, and she's going to get another kill. Putnam gets another kill, her 4th. Simmons is going to get the service point. We'll keep it right here for just a moment. 23-23 now the score. If the scoreboard keeps up. I'm trying to do too many things now, I guess. John, you talk about volleyball so often, it's a game of momentum. Macomb got out, and a lot of times in that scenario, they just keep going, but the Suns have answered very well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talk about volleyball, game momentum. What a better example than what we're seeing right here in this first set. I can't remember what the score was when Southeastern took over at the service line, but they were down 5, 6, 7 points at one point, but they battled their way all the way back. We got a tie game here, and we're just 2 points away from a conclusion to this set number 1, and unless we get a little extra volleyball action. But the way Southeastern's playing right now, that might put this thing away pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's we're 2 points away if one team scores both points, right?
Absolutely.
So we'll see what Simmons can do at the service line here. And more trouble in the back row. Baldy's going to send a free ball across. Van Beck out to Putnam. To the hot hand. It's blocked. Dug up and out of bounds. Thompson with a block. Sloan was there as well. And here you see Claire Thompson coming out after the big block. And we're back to regular action now. As coming in to serve will be Quakala. That's the second block for Thompson, actually. And the Bombers have a set point. And they're going to, they would have gotten it. It was out of bounds. Keppen's going to hit it across, though. Now Putnam going down there to dig that up. And into the net go the Bombers, and we're tied at 24. Number 24, Kate Rector, was the one that chased that one out of bounds. Simmons with the dig there. Putnam, Rector, out to Keppen. Dug by Hart. Simmons now. Putnam's going to knock it across. Dug up by Wakala. That's Keppen over there in the left this time. Morgan Wilcox on the attack. That's into the nets. And the first set point for the Suns as Hart goes back to serve up another one. Riley Hart's got 2 service points. And the Suns have a chance to win set number 1, 26-24. So the Bombers had 1 set point. Now the Bombers have 1. Or the Suns have 1, excuse me. Bombers had 1. Suns have 1 now. Rector. Knowles. Free ball by Sloan. Van Beck to Wilcox. Tipped across. Knowles. Dug up one-handed by Tippy. Putnam's going to put it across. It's going to come. Nope, it's going to be a 30 ball. Rector's going to have to send it across. She does. Simmons is there. Now it's going to come to Putnam. Putnam dug by Knowles. Now it's going to go middle to Sloan. Off the block. Dug up and a chance to get a free ball across. They will. But it's going to go out of bounds. And we're tied at 25 on the side out.
Nice hustle there by Southeastern. I was surprised that they were able to even get that one back across. I mean, it unfortunately landed out of bounds, but just great effort there. And we're 25-25 here now, Dwayne.
Yep, Aubrey Houston coming in for the Suns. Knowles back to serve. An ace for Reagan Knowles, and the Bombers have their second set point.
Just what the doctor ordered there, a quick ace for Knowles. She just checked into a game, and now she has a chance to put this one away for Macomb and pick up a set 1 win.
So a chance to ice this one, and out of bounds on a passing error, and the Bombers do, in fact, get a 27-25 set 1 win, as you see the Bombers there on screen. And Coach Humes having a little conversation. It's 27-25. We'll take a break. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Right after this, you're watching Our Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
Welcome back to Macomb High School, as we are here for Macomb Bomber and Southeastern Sun JV volleyball. As you can see, it was, before I say that, let's make their scoreboard did update. It did. So it's 27-25 in set number 1. The Bombers get the set win on their second set point. Both teams actually had a set point opportunity there, John, and the Bombers took advantage of their second one.
Yeah, absolutely. It was Knowles that checked into the game late for the Bombers there. It tied 25-25. She's able to put that one away. For Macomb, a really closely contested first set throughout. And sometimes, you know, when you see a close set like that, the next set can remain close like we just saw, or it could be, you know, sometimes you see it slanted more in one direction or one way or the other. So it'll be interesting to see how both these teams respond here in set number 2, but definitely two pretty evenly matched JV teams to this point, I would say.
It'll be the Suns serving first in set number 2. And it will be Putnam to serve things up here for Southeastern. And she'll serve it into the net. A service error to start things off. Going back to serve for the Bombers, going to be number 21, Reagan Knowles. Knowles and Field had switched, I believe, early in set 1, and then Field didn't come back. Well, I guess not. So she's in the front row now. Had that wrong, I guess, but I'll have to see who she came in for, because Knowles did not hit early in the match, and then she hit the second rotation through. There's a hitting error. It's going to go out, a side out, and it'll be serving for the Suns. Will be Putnam this time, so I was off one server the last time. I apologize. Wakala out to Field, tips it across. Houston goes down to get it. And Wilcox hits it into the net. It's a service or hitting error. Side out to the Bombers. Must have been Riley Hart who served the first time. Baldy back to serve. Quick passes, and it's going to fall short as the set was not usable. First point of the match for Taylor Baldy. 3-1 Bombers. Near side to Tippy. Dug up back there by Knowles. Out to Field. Deep and out on the attack by Fields. So it'll be a side out to the Suns. And back to serve will be Jalen Van Beck. Jason Arthur, he lied to me. He said he wasn't going to be here tonight. He had class when I saw him on Saturday. Van Beck's going to make it so Tippy can at least push it across. She does. Quacala, middle to Sloan. No, that's Elby, excuse me. And Josie Elby gets the sports corner kill. It's 4-2. And Brooklyn Lyles is going to come back to serve now. Lyles' serve drops short into the net, and an ace for Lyles. Brooklyn Lyles has 6 service points, including 4 aces now.
As her second serve will go into the net.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I was just picking up where you leaving off.
Where I was coughing off?
Where you're coughing off, I guess you could say.
Morgan Wilcox back to serve. It's 5-3. And that lands in. Elby again on a sports corner kill.
Just a perfect spot for that hit by Elby. I mean, nobody was getting to that one in the back row.
She's got 6 sports corner kills now.
Yeah, Elby has been awesome here so far in this match.
Field is back serving. And a point for Field. 7-3. It's her first service point. And a service error means it'll go back to the Suns. And Ella Tippy is going to go back to serve for Southeastern. And she serves it into the net. Anything you can do, I can do better. Might have been better because it was a little harder.
I guess that's one positive takeaway there for sure.
LB back to serve. Probably not, though, really, is it? LB back to serve it up now for the Bombers. Hit across by Keppen. Hart on the attack. Lyles got to a dig from Starbuck and couldn't do anything else with it. It'll be the Suns served up. Morgan Simmons now to serve. 8-5 is the score. Thompson, we dug, now back to Putnam. Dug by Starbuck, and she's going to get right back up and send a free ball across. Simmons is there. Van Beck, middle to Hart. And Lyles left the hole, and it couldn't be filled, unfortunately, by the Bombers. So Hart's going to get the kill. Simmons back to serve again. 8-6. And another kill for Simmons, or another point for Simmons, I should say, her third. 8-7. Sloan, dug by Simmons. Van Beck to Putnam, and she left that one a little short. Quakala will come in to serve. Natasha Lynn will come in to play front row this time. There's Quakala, the setter. And she'll be serving. Tippy. Back set to Lynn, dug by Simmons, outside to Putnam. Dug by Starbuck, it goes over. Van Beck's there, they're out of system. Putnam's going to send a free ball across. Starbuck's there again. Out to Keppen this time, and drops it in for a sports corner kill for Keppen. And that'll be a point for Quakala and a sports corner kill for Keppen. Keppen gets her second sports corner kill. Quakala gets her first service point. That was Hart. Nice dig by Starbuck. And Keppen gets another kill. Sports corner kill for Keppen, her third. We'll call her second straight service point.
There we go. The Bombers front row starting to heat up thanks to the play of Reva Keppen. She's able to send the Bomber lead out to 4. Got a little bit of a different feeling than what we had in set number 1.
And Quakala, good thought there. Tried to tip it down the line, but just a little too wide, and it's out of bounds. So Riley Hart will go back to serve now for the Suns. 11-8 is the score. Keppen down the line and in from the right on the serve receive. Keppen is going to get another kill, and this time she's going to come out of the lineup. As you see, Reagan Knowles is going to come in to serve for her. Good serve, good rotation through the front row for Keppen that time.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to say, Keppen picked up 3 huge Bomber kills there. Macomb still hanging on to their 4-point advantage as we approach the midway point of the set number 2.
Trouble. Knowles is going to get a ace and a timeout on the floor. Going to be charged to the Suns. For Knowles, that's her 3rd point, 2nd ace. And the Bombers lead 13-8. And it is they were tied at 14 or 13, I think, when the Bombers went on their run in set number 1. They've kind of opened that run up, but we mentioned that the Suns are the kind of team that can hang around. They can change momentum. They did that and got back to it and had a chance to win set number 1. So even though it's 13-8, this is a long ways from being over here in this JV match.
Oh, no, absolutely. We still got a lot of volleyball left to be played here. And, again, we talked about in the first set, just the Suns really able to battle through some adversity. They found themselves in a hole late. Were able to battle it back. Had things tied up at 25 at one point. And then Macomb was able to run off 2 straight to pick up the set win there. So definitely not a team you can let stick around through the middle portions of these sets, because Southeastern might find they might pull a cat out of the hat or something.
Reagan Knowles back to serve it up again after the timeout. Low hard serve. Simmons is there. Van Beck middle to Wilcox. Tipped across. Brought it up but can't get it across. And just because they were able to get some hands on it, there's no kill there technically, but you can see Wilcox was the one that got that across and down. Going back to serve will be Putnam, I believe. It is. Kukala sends it across. Tippy into the net and a hitting error. Another point for the Bombers. And Baldy going back to serve as Josie Elby checks back in. Sloan takes a seat as the libero goes back to serve. Bump set comes near side. Tippy's just going to send the free ball across. Baldy's there. Quacala to Elby, who hits it into the net. A side out for the Suns. It's 14-10. Van Beck serving it up. Simmons, Wilcox, Baldy's there. Quacala bumped across by Natasha Lynn. Hit by Wilcox, dug up by Knowles. Field is going to hit that one into the net. A hitting error and a point for Van Beck. That's her 3rd service point of the night. Just going to hop in that live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Should have some Southeastern and Macomb fans. Oh, there's a nice attack. Quacala, a nice set. Josie Elby with another kill, and she has been playing very, very well as she gets her 7th Sports Corner kill.
Yeah, great set there by Quacala, and who else but Josie Elby able to finish it off there, able to maintain the Bombers' advantage. Just abused the blocks there on the attack, did Elby.
Brooklyn Lyles back in to serve. Drop that one short to the net. It comes, and it'll be an ace for Brooklyn Lyles. 16-11 is the score. Lyles up to 7 service points and 5 aces. Give you a look at her here as she gets ready to serve it up. Van Beck back to Wilcox. Baldy is there. Field had that attack. It's dug up, pushed across and down. That's going to be Ella Tippy with the kill for the Suns and a side out. 16-12. Wilcox going back to serve now for Southeastern. Elby tracked that one down, got the free ball across, pushed across.
I forgot we were on there for a second. that is my fault.
There's a hitting error right there. Wilcox is going to get this surface point. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, my gosh. I'm running the camera and talking at the same time. I just blanked out. I'm trying to think about the players' numbers. I'm confused on one of the players. I'm looking at the score sheets.
18 is Wilcox, so she just served a second one on a hitting error. So it's down to a 16-14 game. Van Beck a bump set. Wilcox from the back row. Knowles is there. It's going to go to Thompson, and she hits it into the net. So the hitting error is causing a problem for the Bombers, and a timeout on the floor. Both teams have used one. We'll take a break as well. It's 16-15. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll be back right after this.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back here to Macomb High School, 16-15. The Bombers had a 5-point lead. It's down to 1. And Morgan Wilcox trying to tie it up here from the service line for the Suns. You're watching Adams Telephone cooperative coverage of Southeastern Sun Sports. And Thompson's going to try to prevent that, and she cannot. A hitting error. And it's tied at 16. 4 straight service points for Morgan Wilcox. And the Suns, like we said, they were down 13-8, have come back to tied at 16. Tipped across, tipped back across. Knowles, what a job to go down and get that. Elby sends it across, middle to Hart, and she's going to get a kill. Riley Hart gets the kill, and Wilcox gets her 5th straight service point. That's the first kill for Hart. As it's 17-16 Suns now. Baldy goes down to get it. Lyles gives Elby something she can attack at least a little bit. Tippy's going to push it across. Knowles, middle to Elby. Drops in, and Josie Elby gets another Sports Corner kill, and we're tied at 17. She's got 8 Sports Corner kills. And she'll go back to serve now as Kinley Sloan comes into the front row. Field actually is back serving, excuse me. Had the wrong substitution coming in. Starbuck's going to come in for Field. Now Elby's going to go back to serve. I was 1 service early. Or she'll go back to serve next time, I should say. It's 18-17. And Tippy back serving for the Suns. And an ace for Tippy. She's got 7 service points, including 3 aces. And Keppin's going to get the kill. A Sports Corner kill for Reva Keppin. She's got 5 of them. Sorry, go ahead.
Just what the Bombers needed right there. Keppin played a great rotation the last time she was in. She's getting you kicked off on that left side up front there with a nice kill and trying to swing the momentum back in the Bombers' direction after Southeastern has stormed all the way back here.
Elby's going to pick up an ace, and we're tied at 19. Josie Elby, 3 service points, including 2 aces now. Elby's got some good volleyball in her family through the years. There's a service error as I jinxed her again. 20-19. Simmons going back to serve now for the Suns. Starbuck and an ace for Morgan Simmons. Fourth point, first ace. Free ball. Tippy sends it across. Baldy's there. And a double hit by Van Beck. Or it would have been good. So a side out. And it's actually 21-20. And back to serve is Quakala. Quakala has 2 service points. And she just got another one, I think. She did. An ace for Quakala. 3 points and an ace. As she comes back with a score tied at 21 now. Van Beck, middle to Hartz, blocked, pushed back across by Sloan. Kinley Sloan is going to get the kill. The Sports Corner kill for Kinley Sloan. And the Bombers lead 22-21. And it is a timeout for the Suns. It'll be their final timeout. Quakala's got 4 service points now. Boy, this one kind of opened up. It closed back up, and now it's just back and forth, John.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you see here, 22-21 in favor of Macomb, thanks to that big play up front by Kinley Sloan. And That's such a hard an athletic play that you have to make up there. You get the block, the ball lands back on your side, and then you got to have the quick reaction time to send it back through, which she did. Was able to pick up the point there for Macomb, and they got a 1-point lead now. Again, the first set finished 27-25. We're racing to a similar finish here in set number 2.
I want to send a shout out to Sarah Guyman, who is watching tonight from Barnes Jewish Hospital. We hope that you get feeling better watching your girl Savannah. She'll be in the varsity contest for Southeastern. So, Sarah, we'll be thinking of you. And there is a kill from Putnam, I do believe. And it is a side out to the Bombers, or to the Suns, excuse me. We're tied at 22. Putnam gets the kill. It's her 5th. And they get it across. Tippy with it. To the net, dug up by Wilcox. Van Beck back to Wilcox, tipped across. Dug up by Quacala. Bump set by Baldy. Keppen dug by Hart back there. No, it's Putnam, excuse me, back there. Baldy bumped to Keppen again, and that was Riley Hart, and Riley Hart couldn't control that one. Reva Keppen is going to get another kill, a sports corner kill for Reva Keppen. That will be her 6th. Back to serve is Reagan Knowles with the Bombers up 23-22. We were tied at 23, ended up being 27-25 last time. Knowles, that's going to be trouble. Simmons goes to get it. They will be able to have a chance to get a free ball across. They do. Baldy's there. Nice pass to Qualcala. And somebody's in the net. It's going to be Field. And a side out. We're tied at 23 again. Going back to serve will be Putnam now. Baldy, Quacala. And a kill for Field, a sports corner kill, and it's 24-23. This is like deja vu all over again. A sports corner kill for Field. It's her 3rd. Baldy back to serve with her team up by 1. It's match point. Middle to Wilcox, and she's going to send it to extras again as Wilcox gets the kill. We're tied at 24. Van Beck back to serve now. Outside, Field, off the net. It touched Wilcox. So now it's going to be 25-24 Bombers. A sports corner kill by Kendall Field, her 4th. And Brooklyn Lyles into serve. Natasha Lynn leaves. And it's 25-24. We'll see what Lyles has to do with the jump serve here. As you see John's camera nice and zoomed in tight on Brooklyn Lyles. There goes the serve. Second set point, match point actually. Nice dig by Knowles. And it's going to be a kill by number 22, Kendall Field, her 5th sports corner kill. And the Bombers get a 26-24 win in set number 2. So it's 27, 25, 26, 24. The Bombers get the win over the Suns. Real quick, completely unofficial stats. 5 kills and a point for Kylie Putnam. 1 kill and 2 service points for Riley Hart. 7 service points and 3 aces, including 3 aces and 2 kills for Ella Tippy. 4 service points, including an ace for Morgan Simmons. 5 service points for Morgan Wilcox. 1 kill for Morgan Wilcox. I put that on the wrong line. I apologize. And 3 service points for Jalen Van Beck. For the Bombers, Taylor Baldy actually had 5 service points. Brooklyn Lyles had 7 service points, including 5 aces. Claire Thompson had 2 blocks and 3 sports corner kills. Abby Quacala had 4 service points and 1 ace. Reva Keppen had 6 Sports Corner kills. Josie Elby was the player of the match, really. She had 3 service points, including 2 aces and 8 Sports Corner kills. Kinley Sloan had 4 Sports Corner kills. Reagan Knowles had 3 points, including 2 aces. Kendall Field had 1 service point and 5 Sports Corner kills. And Megan Redding had 1 Sports Corner kill. So that'll do it for the JV contests. We'll leave this stream. We'll be back with the varsity stream in just a little bit. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports, Adams Telephone Cooperative coverage of Southeastern Sports here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.